distinguished guests, Minister Reza Moretti, Mayor Barrow, Councillor Hogg hasn't arrived yet, but Councillor Liu, and Councillor Spatafora. Thank you for coming. Utility partners from Hydro One, Power Stream, and Sudbury Hydro, industry partner Ecamian, and academic partner University of Toronto, my teammates from OpusOne, and friends and members of the media. Thank you for coming and welcome to OpusOne. Thank you for attending this very special event and announcement today on the launch of OpusOne's project on a distributed energy management and storage network, which has received funding from the Ontario Ministry of Energy's Smart Grid Fund program. The province of Ontario is building a smarter electricity grid by supporting 17 new energy projects through a Smart Grid Fund program. The province is providing almost $24 million, supporting about $54 million in electricity sector investments, which is expected to create more than 350 jobs. The project areas include that of energy storage, electric vehicles, behind-the-meter projects, microgrids, grid automation, which is where OpusOne lies, and data analytics. OpusOne is proud to be one of those companies that have received support from the Smart Grid Fund. We are a Richmond Hill-based company focusing on smart grid software with a vision of an intelligent and connected energy network. Through sophisticated software controls, we strive to unlock grid potential for 100% clean energy and maximize the value of energy storage in the distribution system, which is a focus of Ontario today. Help integrate community microgrids and improve grid reliability, utilization, and efficiency. Our focus is in developing advanced smart grid applications to provide situational awareness, adaptive control, and system optimization of the electricity network. Over the past year alone, we have created 15 high-quality jobs, including 4 PhDs at OpusOne. And we focus now on active research, development, demonstration, and commercialization of our project technologies. The announced project on distributed energy management and storage is a $1.3 million project, receiving over $490,000 from the province. The objective of this project is to demonstrate OpusOne's grid operating system, or Grid OS for short, to maximize the integration of distributed energy resources, including renewables, into Hydro One's distribution system. Grid OS, or Grid Operating System, is a suite of smart grid applications that provides real-time energy management in a feeder level to modernize and meet today's challenges. It computes online power flows for real-time awareness of feeder characteristics, alerts and alarms the utility operator during system adverse anomalies such as over and under voltages, and performs optimal power flow in a real time, such as vault and bar optimization and peak shaving valve filling services to offset the need for peaker plants. In addition to smart grid software controls, we further partner with Ecamian in this project to install and optimally dispatch a battery energy storage system, or BESS for short, to support Hydro One's feeders. The result of this project will be a smarter and strengthened electricity system which can accommodate renewable generation, provide utility operators visibility and optimal control over the network, and support customers with good reliability and quality of power. But we cannot do it alone. At this moment, I would like to thank our utility partner, Hydro One, to host this technology in the system, as well as many of our observer utility partners, including Power Stream, Hydro Ottawa, Viridian Connections, Horizon Utilities, Greater Sudbury Hydro, who will be reviewing, evaluating, and financially supporting this initiative. I'm proud to share that together, our utility partners represent and provide electricity to over 55% of Ontario's electricity customers in one small project, which is a strong indicator of the potential of this technology to benefit the grid and its customers across the province. We also like to acknowledge our batteries technology provider, eCamion, as well as our academic partner, University of Toronto Centre for Applied Power Electronics, who will be supporting us in power system analyses. Most of all, we want to thank the generous support of the Ontario government's Smart Grid Fund program, which made this project happen. We cannot do it without you. We will not launch this project without the Smart Grid Fund. So without further ado, I would like to call upon MPP Reza Moretti, the Minister of Research and Innovation and Minister of Training, Colleges and Universities, to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joshua, for that kind of introduction, as well as this wonderful presentation about this project which we are conducting in this facility. Good morning, everyone, and it's a great pleasure to be at OpusOne, which is a cutting-edge company in our beautiful town of Richmond Hill. I'm sure His Worship Mary Barrow and my other elected colleagues, Regional Councillor Rita Spatafora and Councillor Castro Liu, who are present here, they would agree that Richmond Hill provides the best opportunity for technology companies to locate themselves in this wonderful city. We have so much to offer, and we encourage technology companies such as yours, OpusOne, to move to Richmond Hill. The project is conducted in this facility is a cutting-edge project in terms of distribution of electricity. When it comes to electric power, generally people think about electric generation. But though generation is important, if you don't generate, of course, you wouldn't have electricity. But it's distribution and transmission of electricity is as important and as technically involved as generation of electricity, particularly in this very sophisticated system of electric distribution system and transmission system which we have. Management of energy in our network becomes very, very challenging, and that's why the Ontario government basically we modernize our distribution and transmission system since particularly this government came to the office in 2003. We have built about over 10,000 kilometers of transmission lines, which is equals to distance between Vancouver and Halifax when you look at it. So heavy investments has been made to our transmission system in the province of Ontario. About $11 billion we have invested, but that's not adequate unless we have good management of power along our transmission system and also our distribution system. So our government came up with a fund which is called the Smart Grid Fund with $50 million, and through this fund we have funded about 28 projects. And these projects, by the way, they have created about 950 high-paid but very technical, highly technical jobs, and some of them will be in this facility here. So that's what we have been doing, and we will continue to invest in technology so that our system will be reliable, will help conserve energy, and along with Smart Grid, which has so many other advantages technically and also environmentally. I mean, when we save energy, we prevent loss of electric energy in our power systems. We don't need to generate electricity. When we conserve, that not only helps us to save money, but also helps us to save the environment in terms of emission of gases and so on and so forth. As you know, we have closed our coal-fired plants. The last plant was shut down early this year. So Ontario is coal-free. Ontario is the first and only jurisdiction in America that there is no coal-fired electric power station, and that is a major achievement for this government, for this province, and also for our country, Canada. When I was in China this year, I traveled twice to China, once in April and once in March, and almost every journalist was asking me, do you have a technology to clean our air? And my immediate answer was, shut down your coal-fired plants, and then your air will be clean. So we are so lucky that in this province we have done that, and our air is very clean. And as I'm sure you may have heard, that burning coal in Ontario caused so many people to develop asthma and other respiratory diseases, which was a big burden on our healthcare sector. I believe the cost to our healthcare system was about $3 billion a year. So we have made indirect saving over there also, of course, not to mention the misery which people with respiratory diseases they carry on their lives, through their lives. So whatever we invest in terms of improving the technology, particularly when it comes to transmission and distribution of our power system, is a benefit to the society apart from creation of jobs and so on and so forth. But directly, we all benefit as Ontarians in terms of protecting our environment, also reducing the cost of electricity production and also transmission. Introduction of the smart grid system, for example, I was told that in old days, if there was a power outage, somebody have to go to the place and see what's happened, a wire is broken or something damaged. But now, using smart grid, the person who is sitting in the control room of distribution center very easily will find out in such and such a street there's a power outage. So the system becomes very intelligent. And the same thing is true with the smart meters. I mean, using smart meters, now we have diverted 3% of electric energy from the peak time to other times. And this 3% diversion of electricity consumption is a major, major achievement. Can you imagine how many millions of dollars this saves us to prevent from building another power station to meet the demand at the peak time? It also is, as they say, is equivalent to electricity consumption of almost 100 condominium buildings. So these are some of the things which technology helps us to conserve the electricity, also to save money, and also to protect our environment. So I'm so happy to be here this morning to make an announcement that our government is investing about $500,000 at Opus to develop a technology which will help all of us, and in fact our electric distribution system, to better manage the flow of power in this very complicated system. I mean, when you look at the electric distribution system, it's a very complicated system. The wires going everywhere, under the streets, inside the buildings, and managing the flow of power, the flow of energy through this very complicated system is a very complex matter in terms of technology, in terms of engineering, and that's why Joshua, yourself, your colleagues, and your company has been doing to help us to overcome these challenges. So I want, first of all, to congratulate you for receiving this funding from the government, and secondly, congratulate you for coming up with such a sophisticated technology, which is not only going to help us in Ontario, but it's going to help us to export this technology to other jurisdictions, hopefully in the near future. So thank you very much, and congratulations, and all the best, and a Merry Christmas to everyone here. Thank you.
To congratulate Joshua and his colleagues at OpusOne Solutions for actually getting the smart grid process and getting the minister's attention and the government's attention to actually, as I was saying to the professor, taking an idea and building it into a practical solution and commercializing the process. And that's usually the difficult part in the early years of any company. And Mr. Minister, thank you. A great friend of Richmond Hill in every respect as our representative at Queen's Park, and you've been introduced to Deputy Mayor Vito Spadafora and Councillor Liu. Thank you for joining us here at this exciting morning for community business. I can't take credit for the restaurants, but I think, as everyone knows, a great community is a great citizenry, great businesses that are attracted to the amenities that you described here in our community. So I want to congratulate you and on the work you've done with your colleagues, but also thank the minister and the government for recognizing the smart grid process to lead us into the future in a way that some of us can't even fathom. But I know, being a grandparent, I have large interest in the type of community and world we're going to leave our grandchildren, and working forward with the companies such as yourself, and we call Richmond Hill the smart place to do business. It kind of fits in with your objectives, and so I just want to congratulate you and your colleagues and the collaboration and the partners for bringing this forward and being recognized by the government as a company that is moving into the future and bringing a better future to all of us. Thank you.
I'm Victor Maximovich, and I'm proud to present HydroOne here today. Also, I have a privilege being with all of you today, and especially with and all his cabinet members, and also which would support of this project as one of the 17 selected Smart Grid Fund projects. My role as a distribution strategy manager is to look at how we deliver power to our 1.3 million distribution customers, not only today, but 20 years from now. Supporting innovative thinking and collaborative partners such as this one allows HydroOne to gain insight into the new technologies. Through this project, and alignment with the government interest in integrated energy storage onto our networks, we will be able to see the effectiveness of using distributed energy management and storage technologies. We look forward assessing these potential benefits it may ultimately deliver to our customers. So at the end of the day, I would say I'd like to thank you once again for giving me this tremendous opportunity, and I wish all the best to the success of this project. Thank you.
That are coming online. And it's exactly projects like this that are building some of the key components we need, because we've all seen a lot of the hardware. What we found about OpusOne, they really bring uniquely to the table, is that ability to actually make that connection and put that controls, take something from a could be to an actually is and operating. We've actually had the privilege to work with Joshua and OpusOne and his team already on a really exciting project on one of the power stream substations where we transform power down. And where we do that, it's very important all along those customers served to make sure that they get the voltage stability that they need. And working with OpusOne, using the OpusOne technology, we're doing a very exciting project where our engineering team, our controls team, is working closely with the OpusOne team to make that happen. So I just want to say thank you again for the opportunity to participate not just in this project, but with OpusOne as we look to take opportunity and take advantage of this. Thank you.
To our yang, if you will. He elevates us to a different level. He also reduces us to a hardware company. But nonetheless, I had to make someone laugh. eCam is an energy storage company, as Joshua said. We're a GTA-based company. We're happy to collaborate. We're glad that the government is also collaborating to help two innovative companies which will end up building the ecosystem in this province around smart grid intelligence and the future electricity grid. To me, it's clear, and I'm sure it's clear to all of you, the strength of Joshua's proposal in OpusOne is evident by the partners he has been managed to pull together, especially the vast array of utilities that are participating, and moreover, the amount of utilities that have signaled to him that want to be observers in this project. And it shows you how ahead he is in his thinking and the evolution of such an intelligence platform. From a government support perspective, great to see them support research excellence as well as innovation. Because sometimes you just want innovation in jobs and they forget about the research excellence. The great thing about OpusOne is it brings both of them together, and obviously they're connected. It's great to see that. Joshua and eCamion obviously have a history. It even predates me coming into eCamion. And he was one of the leaders in helping us achieve our community energy storage platform. Obviously, all of us are young and growth companies. We all will have our challenges, but it's great to have an ecosystem to partner with and to grow together and to strengthen. I always say growth in the sector happens step by step, and it's great to see the government and everyone else support OpusOne to take that first step to build a platform in this province. Thank you very much.
It lasts until March of 2016.
So we have slightly over a year and a quarter to finish the project. After this project, we will continue to support Hydro One and the observer utilities in demonstrating, showcasing, and moving towards commercialization of this technology.
And what about the funding? So we got this funding for certain new jobs created, but after the funding expires, so...
At that time, we'll be sustainable and we'll continue creating more jobs.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.